Hi friends, welcome back to Playing Tribute to Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, where we last left off with Trucy being threatened. I was gonna say kidnapped, but we heard her voice afterwards. So, things happening, things going down, gaining a recess for the trial, and seeing what's gonna happen as far as this guy's testimony, because we could not find anything to present about. So, let's dive right in and see the second part of the trial. See what we got. Still the exciting music from the threatening. Trucy! Trucy! You move quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Trucy! Okay, I thought... He wears his heart on his sleeve. Don't cry, Apollo! Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else. Ah! What the heck is that? Surprised? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I'm a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You think you... Trucy, there are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Walkie's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares the verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no more staged abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness is incompetent. I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction. I think I remember them, sure. There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time there was a contradiction. Hesitation. I noted that last time. That wasn't the hesitation, though. He said the man tossed aside a pistol. But it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement that he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. In his... Oh, there it is. Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book. How am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? This whole time we thought he was just skilled. I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated. But what does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth. Watch a testimony. Perceive the truth. The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true. Daddy said so. He said that you have the power, Apollo. Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious? Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo. What was that she said before the trial started? Mr. Wright's not here. He said he'd be okay as long as you're there. Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice! Let's do it. Apollo. You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing. Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can. I just flew in from the coast, and boy are my arms tired. Right. I love Mr. Hat. Between Mr. Hat and the, magic panties. Can't go wrong. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine! I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice. Oh, you mean me? Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement. Right. Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right? He knows. He is very much aware of what's happening here. He's chill, though. I think he's onto me. I wish he would stop being so cool. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness? Right. The defense would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forgot to ask something. There's no issue with his previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. So I actually do have to look a little bit at the sprites, which kind of is similar to the investigation, the chess games, where you have to look at the sprites to see how they're feeling. To see whether you stop or not. I cannot prevent it, nor can I simply leave. Or go I use myself and call the police. Okay, that's the problem. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo! Find his weak spot! Focus. If only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says and my eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? What's this? My bracelet? What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. So you called immediately after witnessing the murder? The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? Wait, Apollo. This has to be it. You mean his habit? Fiddles with his book. The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for this habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. You know what? It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you're talking about, Trucy, but I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet as it reacts to testimony. It's time to perceive. What's going on? Hypervision activates again. I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch. His habit. You remember it, right? You're sure when he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page in his book. You got it! Right now you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out. I bet they are. First move your focus of attention down to Mr. Stickler's hand. His hand. You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking in the right place. She's right. I can only see his face like this. I'm gonna try changing my viewpoint. Perfect! Now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive. Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit. Right. When he fiddles with the page. That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive. Find his weak spot, and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush. Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words. And his fingers. Don't worry if you miss it, you can always try again. Alright. Look out, nervous twitch, here comes justice. Ergo! There it is. See how it's wiggling? I'm sorry, did you not use your cell phone? I saw it just now. I could see it. Mr. Justice, do you have something to say? All this banging of desks is quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with your page of the book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone? What are you talking about? I'm curious now about the cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask? I want to see his phone. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone. Why? Whatever for? Show me and you'll find out. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it? Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone? Yeah, where did you get that? That's the phone from yesterday. The one found under the tire. It'd be crushed for sure. Clearly it doesn't belong to the doctor, I guess. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand in this very moment? Wait a minute, what is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday. In the Maractus Clinic garage. The Maractus... Why, that's where the victim lived. That's impossible! Sorry, I missed his voice. That's impossible. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? It's true, I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. A payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all? Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. It's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can be only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage. What are you saying? Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all. Ooh, this is his pursuit theme. The music is great. I'm enjoying this game again. I have my ups and downs, apparently, with these recording sessions. but that's ridiculous! That makes it sound like I snuck into his fellow's garage to commit some crime. That's their way of trying to kill him. Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night. Well, yes, but no, this line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Yes, I can. I can prove it. Mr. Justice, if that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder, it does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime. Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Can I prove the cell phone was dropped the night of the murder? Does it want me to show this? Yeah. Okay. Because it fits the Maractus Clinic car. Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger, Hair Forehead. Hit it. The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. The evidence that proves the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder. Is this, right? It has to be, because it all happened that night. That's a side view mirror. As it so happens, Dr. Maractus' car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident. An accident. It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus' car hit a pedestrian. What are you trying to say? From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident. Which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in that garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected. Mr. Justice, are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Pal Maractus? No, stop. This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it's worth saying this. No connection has been found between Professor Stickler and Pal Maractus. That is, other than this. I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's the face of guilt. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on the way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage. Yes, well, as you can see, my model cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know. It looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes justice! It's fun to be in the rookie's mind, too. That would also be fun to be in, like, a pro's mind. That was what, Edgeworth's thing was, though. Like, we were in his mind, he was more of a pro. We're back to the rookie. You are so lying, man. You went to the supermarket. What did you buy, buddy? I'm just pressing everything, because I don't really remember what I'm supposed to activate here. So you went shopping, which means you were holding a grocery bag when you witnessed the murder taking place? Yes, of course. Incidentally, the prosecution has received no report for domestic detail. Mr. Stickler, can you explain yourself? No, I mean, yes, I did go shopping early. I walked around the supermarket, trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me. I'm sure the short clerks would disagree. Do you think sampling free food counts as a religion? In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content and was on my way back home, yes. He's panicking. And that's when you passed in front of the Maractus Clinic? Why, yes, that's correct. That was a pretty suspicious pause there. Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took the night of the murder. Of course. Supermarket is here, along the main road. My way home from there... Oh, I do not remember this. Takes me past the Maractus Clinic. This is probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yet, woe is I walked on unaware of my loss. I'd walked right into that fifth mark. Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say that I went in from the entrance closest to the Marctus Clinic. The same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance? I've no recollection of such a thing now. Yet, though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I am a keen observer of the obvious, you might say. This part of the testimony is the key, I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? I don't even know. Let's do... He's talked a lot about the killer and the victim. Let's talk about the noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For students of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said... noodle. Yes, that was it. For remembering something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Sarcastic judge! Wow, 7 years has not been kind to him. Well, Mr. Justice. What about that sign? Could it be important? I believe that was important, actually. So the sign on the noodle stand said, noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is that noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample wares them one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, I couldn't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself. Okay, I'm pretty sure that whenever we went in there, it did not say noodle. Yeah, it's at Eldoon. See? It's just Eldoon. So I'm gonna present that. Objection! I object to you. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Oh, why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that. It read, without a doubt, noodle. I see. Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from the spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand. And to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldoon's. Inconceivable. I'm certain it was definitely noodle, for sure, positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said noodle. I didn't want to do this yet, but I'll show you. He saw it. He was right. It does say noodle. On the other side! What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What? Mr. Justice shows the spot. The witness actually viewed the stand from this location. The other side. The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. How do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eldoon's, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this side says noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and the back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. You got me. So what? So what? But does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right. To travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? Remember his testimony from before? Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. 3 Deify. It is cool how this game, like, 3Ds everything. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, the bullet would have to hit his left temple. In other words, someone standing at the point K couldn't shoot the victim with his right temple in his right temple. It's impossible. So have we just proven that Waki is innocent? That's right. So now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed, you're absolutely correct, Fraulein. What meaning? The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. North, But that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing. Correct. So, if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who has shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. Dun dun dun! Always gotta accuse the witness. That's defense attorney 101. Oh, order! Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring out. Turnabout! Oh, hey. Clarify one point for me, if you would, Herr Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he's exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer. No, please, looks aside, I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. Sure they do. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you going to do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? What do you guys think? We always have to accuse me. Okay, Apollo has made it clear that he doesn't want to accuse him of murder. The choice of another crime is intriguing. It's very intriguing. So I'm gonna go with that one. I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why, now. The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Herr Forehead, I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Herr Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, did you just say you were accusing the witness just now? For a crime other than murder? Your reason. The court's all yours. I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Shows the evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime. Okay, so the problem is... Let's just go through these while I talk about the problem. The problem is, a few moments ago, I remembered what happened. I remember it was actually during part 2 of this case that I happened to recall what happened with him. I mean, I knew the case, but yeah. But let's talk through this, because we do need to use the logic of the game and not just the logic of me knowing what's going on. So let's think about the cell phone. Cell phone found in the Maractus Clinic underneath the car. He clearly went in there. There is no rolling of the phone. He was there. So why was he there? What else was there? Well, this was here. What else did we find there? We also found these. So underneath the car, in the exhaust pipe of the car. The evidence is this! Is that women's underwear? Hey, those are mine! Don't look at me like that! That was such a long pause. Order, order, order! Mr. Stickler. Well, I can't say this comes as a shock. It's not what it seems. By Pythagoras' theorem, please. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees, and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage. Aha! Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the 1st degree. Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Classy, dude, classy. Order, order! Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it seems. Ouch. These witnesses gotta stop, like, banging their heads and smacking their faces. Are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Perhaps you are not aware of my school names originally written IV. I stands for intelligence. V stands for valiant. See? Your point. I'm not done. Now, I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery? Objection! Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you don't understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. Tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was the tire, then a stew pot and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar. Oh, that's right. She recognized him. Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties? It mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Now, Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick. You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object of serious study. I wonder, there has been a recent rash of panty snatching in the area. Were they all you? I am sorry, but it did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that would elucidate the mystery. Even that night as she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy. Perhaps this is the night that I will seize the truth that lies within those panties. Yet woe was I, for once again the lazy hard pattern truth that slipped through my fingers, and... Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. You refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north. Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest, Airforehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there a... Oh well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about the location? Well, there was like a rock next to him, but I don't know what that has to do with anything. Yeah, I definitely don't have the diagram. It's very frustrating when I remember what's going on with the case, but I still can't solve what I'm supposed to do. Why did the witness lie about his location? Well, okay, so he didn't want to be accused, right? Like, it's simple as that. He didn't want to be accused. He didn't... The whole problem came because of the turning of the head, because he said square in the forehead. Like, that he was shot square in the forehead, and then it's like, oh no, I called out, so he turned his head, and then it shot. So, like, it's the entry wound, right? Also, I don't like how big this, this health thing is that's gonna drop me here. I don't know what else it could possibly be. I failed to see how this evidence relates to our witness fabrication. As do I, but I'm sure it does, somehow, somewhere. Fears the fabrication was yours. Penalty! Somebody help. Welcome to show us another piece of evidence. Okay. Show why the witness lied about the location. Oh, there's nothing to see here. And that's all. Why did the witness lie about his location? Doesn't make any sense. Isn't that the thing that Phoenix has on his hat? Does it have to do with the panties again? Is it these panties? Because they were at the trash can in People Park? Is there something inside them? Is he hiding something? Good gracious. Distinct design. Writing your name would be easier than drawing a plum blossom instead. Oh. It is. Okay. Again, going with my gut. Really should start doing that. The evidence that shows why he lied is this. More panties. How many panties are you carrying around in your pocket, Hair Forehead? These are the last, honest. These were found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Oh, that's right, because remember whenever I was examining things, and I aimed at the body, but it was the trash can. And that's where I found the bloomers. Because I wasn't aiming at the trash can, I was aiming at the body, the little police, like, dummy thing, mannequin. And it was like, oh hey, you have an eye for finding the underwear. Mr. Stickler, you didn't. Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So these panties are your handiwork as well. That night I had been chased, haunted, into the Maractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties I made for home. To avoid the offices where the girl works, I went toward the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there in the clothesline by the giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. Apparently, he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you dispose of the bloomers. Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one had to be born. One that had to be born. A fascinating if disturbing tale. So what have we learned here? We've solved the case of the missing bloomers. I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Regardless of where we entered today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kitaki has clear motive. Indeed, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, is still the prime suspect of this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else at the scene of the crime. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and prosecution. Yeah, baby. No problem. Very well, this brings the trial of the day to a close. Court is adjourned. But no gavel pound? Just a fade to black with the music still going? Smack. I totally forgot about the college student, but after a little bit of part 2, I remembered, oh, wait a second, isn't he the panty stealer? Yes. Because he wanted to solve the mysteries of the magic panties. Well, I'm glad that that's over with. Hopefully no more of that. I don't think they come up later. They might stay in my inventory for a while, though, in the court record. So, yeah. But anyway, thus is the fun, crazy, random shenanigans of Ace Attorney. And, yeah. It's fun. This game is fun. Like I was saying, I might not, this might not be the most memorable case, or memorable game of the series, but, it's got some good points. And it's not completely, missing, familiar characters. Because that's the thing, too. Like, being 7 years later, you got Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright's still around. He's just a little different. A little bit of a, more chill, carefree, not taking things seriously guy. And then there's Emma. So for those of you who enjoyed seeing her in again in the investigation games. She was the saving grace of that case that I hated in the first game. She was fun. Her and Meekins. I like Meekins. I don't think Meekins ever shows up again. I'm not sure. But he showed up in investigations a little bit. But anyway, yeah. So there are a few little, familiar faces that have popped up here. But it's all new now. And we've got a new assistant in Trucy. And she's fun. I love Trucy, and I love her and Phoenix's relationship. So you'll get to see a little bit of that little father-daughter spiel going. I liked where he's like, "Hey, who is this prince? Please, tell a concerned father what's going on." Gavin is interesting. He's interesting in the fact that he's not a antagonistic prosecutor. He's actually very chill. He is kind of antagonistic. I was just noticing, though, in this game or in this part just now with the whole hair forehead thing. He is very much subtly mocking and putting down Apollo a lot of the times, but he's pretty chill otherwise. He's not explicitly mean. He doesn't carry a whip. He's not falsifying evidence or whatever, or has rumors of that. There is that little indication. I don't know. There was a subtle nod to the fact that he came back to see who bested his brother. So there's that. So a little bit of tension there. I guess, but. Well, I mean, you'll see more of him throughout this game as the prosecutor in question, and you'll see a little bit more of his story and his personality and his charm, and where all that goes and where all that vibes with Apollo. So, stay tuned, stick around, because this case isn't over yet. Speaking of, the vibes and whatnot. Because we still got a ways to go here. We have a case to solve, and figuring out what's going on with the entry wound of the bullet, as well as what is happening with Waki, and where, and why, and how. Let's leave it at that. And you guys stay tuned next time. Hit subscribe if you haven't and you want to, stick around. I upload every other day for these cases and skip a couple days between cases. And this is the last game, I think, that I'm going to be able to upload for a while. So, hang out. All right. I'm done wasting time and talking, so I will talk to you guys again next time.